it's Amy, and today in my kitchen, I'm making mini cherry cheesecakes. These are hands down my husband's favorite and most requested dessert recipe that I make. They are bite-sized, they are flavorful, and if you skip the cherry topping, you can freeze these beautifully. So I like to make them weeks ahead of the holidays, freeze the cheesecakes, and then bring them out when I'm ready to serve. So let's get started and I'll show you how easy this family recipe is. So in a food processor, I'm gonna add 9 graham crackers, and this will make about 1¼ cups of crumbs. So if you're buying the crumbs already done, you'll need about 1¼ cup. But I like the flavor of the graham crackers when you crush them yourself better. And my family's been making this since I was a kid. So easily 40 years, this recipe has been in my family. We're also going to add in 1/4 cup of granulated sugar because I just don't feel like they're sweet enough. All right, let's process that. And now I'm going to add in 1 cup of melted butter. Now this is going to be our crumb base for the cheesecakes. I know many of you have told me that you've used Nilla wafers before, and that's wonderful. I'm just sharing what my family's been doing for over 40 years, you guys. Okay, so in your mixer, you're going to add 2 packages of cream cheese that have been softened to room temperature. And these are 8-ounce blocks. Do not use the tub of cream cheese. It just doesn't turn out the same. You're also going to need 2 large eggs and 1 cup of granulated sugar and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. You can measure it if you want to. I just add it from the heart. Okay. And now we're going to beat this up for several minutes until it's really combined and fluffy. I'm just going to scrape down the sides of the bowl once here to make sure that no chunk of cream cheese or egg or sugar is stuck in there. So easy. You can use a hand mixer if you prefer. Now to make your cherry cheesecakes, you're going to need a mini muffin pan or a mini cupcake pan. And I've got the small liners, the paper liners in there. And this recipe makes about 45 cheesecakes. So that's about 4 dozen cheesecakes. And again, they freeze so beautifully. I just stack them in a Tupperware in the freezer. Okay, so to start, you're going to need about 1 to 2 teaspoons of crust for each spot. So I'm just going to do that real quick here for us. And I'm using a scoop just to measure it so I know that they're all about the same. What I like to do is fill them all. So if you have 2 of these 24 muffin tins, you can fill them completely first with the crust, and that way I can make sure that it gets evenly spread out throughout all of the cheesecakes. Now I'm going to use a tart shaper to press that crust into the bottom. Now you can use your fingers, you can use a wine cork. I just find this is the easiest tool. I use it for my pecan tassies too. This is where a lot of you have told me through the years that your family just places a single Nilla wafer in the bottom. I have never tried that, but I can certainly see how that would work. My husband is going to come home from work today and be so excited that I have made his favorite dessert. Okay, those are all smashed down. And now we're going to take the cheesecake filling and put a scoop of that in each of these cavities. This is a 1 tablespoon cookie scoop, so it's about a tablespoon in each one. I'll give the pan a little tap and you can see who might need a little bit extra. Beautiful. Okay, these are going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 17 minutes, 17 to 20. And then we're going to take them out of the pans, cool them completely, and add their cherry pie topping. I'll be back. Okay, I've pulled the cheesecakes out of the refrigerator. They've cooled, they've chilled for a little bit, and we're going to top them with some cherry pie filling. Now, the best part about these cherry cheesecakes is you can make them any flavor you want. You want blueberry, you want lemon, use whatever pie filling you like. These are just a classic, especially around the holidays. They just look so pretty on your dessert table. So all you have to do is plop one cherry with a little bit of the juice onto each cheesecake, just like that. And then you'll keep these in the refrigerator once you've put the cherries on. If you want to freeze them, then I would suggest not doing all of the cheesecakes. So just put the cherries on the ones that you want and freeze the rest. So I'm going to do a few here, and then we're going to do a little taste test just to make sure and show you just how delicious they are. Now, you can make these 1 bite or 2 bite, totally your option. I am going to make it a 1 bite dessert. Look at how wonderful that is. Enjoy, you guys. So good.